Dustin Lynch is another artist who has had an incredible start to his career. After releasing his self-titled debut album just last month, that disc became the #1 country album in the nation. Buoyed by the success of his hit Cowboys and Angels, Dustin is now the only new male act to have his inaugural album debut at #1 on the Billboard Country Albums chart. We had a chance to catch up with Dustin to hear about his music and how life has changed for him with the release of this new project.
I am with Dustin Lynch, Mr. Cowboys and Angels himself. This is so cool. How are you?
I'm wonderful. It's good to be back home.
Yeah. Now, you cut some of your record here at the studio, right?
Station West, yeah, we did. We did some overdubs and vocals here and did all the mixing here.
Cool. Now, I want to go back a little bit because I love Cowboys and Angels and has done remarkably well at radio. Talk a little bit, we'll start with that because we can't not. I want to talk about that song. You were a co-writer on it?
Yes, yeah.
Now, where did that title come from?
I had it for a while. It was my first day ever to meet Tim Nichols and Josh Leo, and I had Cowboys and Angels written down on a piece of paper and got into the co-write, and Tim Nichols had Cowboys and Angels written down in his songbook. So it was
oh wow,
it was really weird whenever he threw the idea out and I already had it written down. So yeah, it was you know, kind of divine intervention, I guess, that song, you know, came about a little over 2 years ago, and here we are, you know, with my first top 20, top 15, and still rocking for us. So couldn't be more excited.
It was meant to be, obviously.
Right.
That's really crazy that you both came in with that same title in your.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about your story, because I read where you used to live really close to the Bluebird,
right.
And I mean, how was that experience? You would go in and watch the other writers and sort of learn and I guess dream about being an artist.
Yeah. I moved up to Nashville when I was 18 and didn't know a person here. But I wanted to be a songwriter, you know, first and foremost, and so Bluebird Cafe was the place to go. You know, it was the only place I knew to go, you know, because I was trying to teach myself how to swim, you know, in Nashville, and I just jumped in head first, and so yeah, I rented a place right behind the Bluebird, and would go there and learn from these guys and watch a show, and then try and take what I learned and go home and write a song, you know, with what I learned, and like you said, yeah, you know, more importantly, I was in there dreaming. You know, and you know, something about the Bluebird is a very special place for me and for a lot of other people. But you know, for me, every time I went to the Bluebird, something good would happen in my life. So it's been a really neat spot for me.
Now, was it scary coming here at 18? Because you're a Tennessee boy, right? From Tullahoma, is that right?
Yeah, Tullahoma, Tennessee. It was, you know, I mean, people were like, well, it's only an hour and a half away, but, you know, when you grew up in Tullahoma, Nashville is a long ways away. It just is.
It's a big city.
Yeah, I mean, we visit here a couple times a year, that's it. And so, yeah, it was a big jump. It was a scary jump, but I'm glad I did it.
We're glad you did it. We are glad we hear you on the radio now.
Yeah. So
the story, you went and I guess Broken Bow Records is your label home, and is that the first label? How did you meet with those guys and get in there? And
yeah, my now manager, Pete Artung, actually called me out of nowhere. I was working a dead-end job and had some stuff on MySpace, and he came across it and loved what he heard and gave me a call, and then connected me and John Lobo, who's at Broken Bow Records, and now, and so John fell in love with what I was doing, and so that's where I ended up with Broken Bow, and got Mr. Jason Aldean as my big brother over there, paving the way for me. So yeah, it's a great home.
She cranks my tractor.
She Cranks My Tractor. What a cool song. Now talk about that, because you wrote that one as well.
I actually wrote that in this building.
Did
you?
Yeah,
absolutely, yeah. I was writing with Tim Nichols and Brett Beavers, and Brett is one of the producers on the album with Luke Wooten, and we were actually writing another song and got kind of stuck on it, and I started talking about a show we had the weekend before, and I said She Cranks My Tractor in a sentence. And it was a song I had written down for a while. I was just kind of scared to write it, you know, and when I said that, they both kind of perked up and we're like, what'd you just say? And so we jumped on that idea, and it fell out in about an hour. But, you know, She Cranks My Tractor is about my dream girl. It's about a country girl that's wilder than I am. And
the girl's listening now.
It's not about tractors at all.
Okay.
She cranks my tractor. She's sweet out wild for dangerous. Cowboys and Angels.
Your video. Now, you shot the video for Cowboys and Angels back in Texas, right?
Yeah, we shot it in Elgin, Texas, outside of Austin, home of Varsity Blues and Friday Night Lights and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So it had some history, you know, Elgin, Texas does, and it was really cool. It was my first day really to hang in Texas ever, and shot the video with Peter Zavadil, who was just an awesome coach. You know, being my first music video, I was pretty scared. New stage for me, really, and so he coached me through, you know, and it was fun. You know, I had fun, you know, performing and doing a little acting acting I had to do, and you know, we had some great talent on set with us that I think I'm really proud of the first video we got.
It's time for another quick little break, but we still have lots more to come. Make sure to come on back for more Inside Music Row right after this.